Hello, this is Tim Bryce with the National Weather Service in El Paso. All right, so this time we're going to talk about using Gemini and Google Slides. Just like in Docs, with a generative AI, it would seem like Gemini is custom built or custom made for creating content in our slides, since our slides are all text and image driven. And that is the case. It's a great tool. Now, again, we're used to accessing Gemini via the web interface. But this time we're not going to be talking about the web interface. Now, of course, you can access Gemini or you can access your Google Drive. Summarize, if I say like summarize this, and then you would hit the @ symbol, and then you can choose Google Drive, file, and then you give it file name, and then it'll run off to your Google Drive, and it would do that, and that's great and everything. But what I want to talk about today is I want to be in actual Google Drive and how we can start creating things inside of Google Drive. So let me start a new slide presentation. It comes up blank. Now, and I'm sure this will change in the future, but right now, if I want to create an entire, Gemini will not create an entire presentation. So this new presentation is loaded, it's blank, of course, and you can see over on the right hand side I've got my Gemini panel. You can close that, you can reopen it, or you can, there's a little icon over here, and again, all that does is open up the same panel. If you want to, you can slide it in and out to make it a little bigger. Now, what I've done in the past is that I created a presentation. I had Gemini create kind of the outline for a presentation, and this is kind of what it looks like here. You can see all of this. It would be great to highlight this whole document and dump it in there and say, hey Gemini, create a Google Slides presentation on this information. But it won't do that. But I have the text already here, so what I can do is just highlight one of the slide presentations and go back over here, and then I can say create a slide based on this information, and then I hit colon, then shift, return, and then I paste, and then we go. So Gemini is going to go off. Now it's going to take that information and kind of give me a slide with some bulleted information based on the information that I just provided it. And it will more than likely provide a picture. So why use gems? It's got a nice picture here, and it's got 1, 2, 3, 4. So it took those bullet points that I provided it. Now it's made it the bullet points here. We are in preview mode. If I ask it to retry, I can have it do that again. So it's going to think, and what it'll probably do, of course this is generative AI, it should give you not the same information, but basically the same information, just maybe word it differently. So now it's going to do it again. Now it's formatted it differently, and you can see the same why use gems, and then I could click on insert, and that will put that into the presentation. Now keep in mind that you saw that we're kind of in a preview mode. It's not saved in your presentation until you click on insert. So you got to remember to do that. Now again, let's add let's add another file. Let me get another prompt here. So I need a prompt that talks about, let me get rid of this. It tries to suggest a prompt, which I don't like because it's never what I want. Just kind of giving you an idea to inspire you. So let me make sure I say create a slide about Let me give it 4. And so we're going to create a slide about a bullet point list of 4 tornado safety ideas. So again, it's going to think, and it will pull up these the slide in that preview mode, and I can choose whether I want to accept it or not. I can delete the picture once I put it into it. Now again, if I were to close out of my document, I would lose it, this image and the slide. It's not until I insert it into the document that it goes. Now, I'm not real keen on this picture, so I can actually delete it. And now I've still got my tornado safety tips. I've got the points that I wanted to cover. But let's say I did want to put an image in there, just not the one that it automatically generated. So to insert an image, you can either enter it in the prompt down here or go up to insert, and under image you see generate an image. And now I'm able to type in a prompt here, and I actually have a little control. You can control what the picture, if it's square, wide, or tall, the style that I want. So I want it to be a photographic style. So I need an image of a large tornado that is approaching a small town. And so now I can, and I want it to be square, and I want it to be kind of photoreal kind of image. So it's going to go run off and create this image. And now I can kind of preview these images. That's pretty good. That's not bad either. These are all actually pretty good. I like all of these. So I can click on insert, and it puts it right where I wanted it. Now, I can, if I want to go back, and let's say I want it to be more of like a watercolor, and you can adjust the kind of the look and feel of the image. So it's going to go off and create 4 more examples of these images for me to insert into the document. So it's thinking, and again, I could control that in, okay, this is a little crazier. This isn't nearly, but actually that might get depending on what I wanted to. It's kind of dramatic. I actually really kind of like that picture. It's dramatic. You can tell it's cartoonish. So again, it did a pretty good job on what I wanted it to do. So, and you can see it still holds on. Now these images will stay here. I can move over to another tab. I can come back. It's all here. But if I close this tab, or if I refresh this information on the right hand side is lost until I insert it into the document, just so that you are aware of that. So you can have it so I'm going to go ahead and close out this. There it goes. I can kind of have it go back in here, and let's say I wanted to rewrite this. So if I wanted to say, instead of 4 points, give me 5 points on tornado safety. And it's not going to insert them in right away. Oh, I can only let me see. It didn't quite do it right for me there. So let me try this again. I need I know. Let me create a new slide here, and that way we can get a new slide going. Create a slide about how about 5 points that talk about how a tornado forms. So now it's going to go off and think again about how it wants to make this new slide, And of course, once it's done, it'll pop up that insert window, and you can then decide, do I want, there it is. See, I would never want this image, but it did give me 5 points on how the tornado is formed. I can insert that. I would never use this image, of course, but I can just go ahead and get that frightening image out. If I go back, maybe I wanted one of those other images. They're still saved there, and I should say, let me close this back out. You've got on the right hand side here, generate an image. So you got that. You can insert image, generate an image, or on the right hand side, you can generate an image. And then I could grab one of these and insert it in here like that. And then of course I could edit this information however I want. It's a little too simplistic for me, but if that's what I wanted to do. Now, you can also, if you wanted to, let me close this, and let me get rid of this first, since it has nothing to do with tornadoes. And what I can do, if somebody sends you a whole slide deck, you can say, hey, summarize this presentation. And it's going to kind of give you a summary of the presentation. So again, great. Let's say you had a presentation that somebody sent to you that you want to incorporate a summary of it. So you could say summarize, and then you give it the @ symbol, and then you say one of these other, I have another presentation on AI and large language models. You can do summarize that presentation, so it's going to run off and summarize that presentation, and then I can insert that into my document. Of course, large language models and tornadoes don't go well together, but you can see how it nicely inserted it right in here. And of course I could edit it or do anything like that. So I was able to run off to another, whether it was a document, a slide presentation, tell it to summarize it, and then stick it into my current presentation. So like I said, Gemini is real good at being able to help us kind of speed along the creation of documents, speed along our emails, and in this case, help us to prepare some Google Slide presentations. Like I said, if you trying to get a whole, it will not create a whole presentation for you, but you can, you're clever, you can just have your outline and just cut and paste those into it, and it will bang those slide different one slide one after another. Just we have to do it manually. I am sure in the future it will be able to process all of that information, and it'll create a whole presentation on the fly for you. But for now, this is what we have to work with. Like I said, you could see how we could create an image and insert that in there as well. So Gemini in Google Slides is a great helper, help you speed along the creation of your slide presentation. So that's it for this presentation. I hope you've enjoyed it, and let me know how you're using Google Gemini in Slides or Docs or Gmail or anything like that. All right, have a great day. Bye-bye.